On the 29th of November 1947, we sat in the gallery of the Grand Hall and listened to the announcement of the General Assembly of the United Nations. November 1947, we sat in the gallery of the Grand Hall and listened to the announcement of the General Assembly of the United Nations. The national delegations sat in front of us in a half circle. A world map was on the wall. We needed 2/3 of the votes of the nations to attain the yearned victory. We were worried that some of the delegates would not keep their promise. Finally, the moment we had all been waiting for. In a few moments, maybe, all of our dreams would come true.
Those who are in favor will say yes, those who are against will say no. And the abstainers, always they know what to say.
We will start it now.
Afghanistan, no. Argentina, abstention. Australia, yes. Belgium, yes. Abstain. France, yes.
After the fast of Yom Kippur 1947, during that one night, 11 settlements were established on the soil of the Negev.
11 settlements were established on the soil of the Negev.
The assembly did manage to produce one surprise: the speech of Andrei Gromyko, the Soviet Union's representative. The historical enemy of Zionism decided to support the right of the Jewish people to an independent country. The assembly discussions ended, as anticipated, with the nomination of a committee. 11 world representatives,
11 world representatives, 11 world representatives,
members of the UN Special Committee. Booklets and memorandums, and took them on tours all over the land of Israel, to Beit HaArava in the north of the Dead Sea, and Kibbutz Revivim in the Negev, to show them how they make the desert flourish.
How they make the desert flourish.
It became clear that the committee had in plan the partition of Palestine and the declaration of two states, an Arab state and a Jewish state. Despite the small size of the proposed state, the Jewish population accepted the partition plan.
Paraguay, yes. Venezuela, yes. Yemen, no. Yugoslavia, abstain. 6, 10. The resolution of the DAC Committee for Palestine was adopted by 33 votes.
The vote lasted only 3 minutes, but seemed like 2,000 years, the time span of the diaspora.
Correct. Mideast peace talks in nearly 2 years kick off at the State Department this morning. President Obama met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas.
We dreamed to come back to this place, to the Temple Mount, to meet again our God.
The Temple Mount is the seat of God, the place the Lord would choose. Hamakom asher yivchar Adonai Elohecha.
Every day, 3 times a day, Jews recite this prayer. May it be your will that the temple be speedily rebuilt in our own time. It's a prayer they prayed for almost 2,000 years.
But Jews here in Jerusalem are doing more than just praying. Just a few steps away from the Western Wall, rabbis and craftsmen are building what they call a temple in waiting.
We're supposed to build a temple, and nothing about that changed. Nothing about that commandment changed.
Chaim Richman is a director at the Temple Institute in Jerusalem.
The Temple Institute is actively engaged in research and preparation for the resumption of the service in the Holy Temple. To the extent of actually preparing operational blueprints for the construction of the temple according to the most modern standards.
This menorah is just one of several vessels created for the next temple. It's covered with 95 pounds of pure gold and has a price tag of $2 million.
Piece by piece, the third temple is taking shape, with priest garments, vessels of copper, gold, and silver, and a new generation of Levite priests, specially trained for temple service.
We have enough in place now to resume the divine service and to build the temple.
Have enough in place now to resume the divine service and to build the temple.
The end-time temple should be built on the same location of the first and the second temple.